Alright. Part 4. 5. Actually, yes, there was 5. Well, last video, I was working on these. These are the links that are supposed to go to the steering nozzles. Alright, apparently there's an Amazon box. And last video I was also messing around and fighting with this thing. There, that is, well, most of the steering assembled. I'm just going to have to remember that these two screws are supposed to go into the steering knuckles. Also, I need to do the entire front differential assembly. Which I'm not entirely sure if this is supposed to go like this. I'll actually have to look in the instructions. Actually, no, never mind. It's supposed to go like this. Which means... Alright, so there's 4 screws that are supposed to go into here. Those 4 screws, I'm not entirely sure of what are supposed to be. Or what they're supposed to be. Actually, I just remembered too, with all the parts and such on the table, I'll have to assemble. Oops. Alright. Currently, I'm trying to do the differential housing with this giant mess of screws. Gonna have to figure out where these go. And luckily, there is little squares locking in the parts where they're supposed to be. Which actually, there's supposed to be the bumper in here. And if most people don't know, I'm not actually putting in the front differential. I'm making this only rear wheel drive, which might be a good or a bad thing. Then I gotta to flip these upside down and put the longest screws in there. But first, I have to Loctite everything. If everything doesn't spiral out of control and go wherever it wants to. Which means I have to grab the 4 longest screws and, as I said, Loctite them. And then put them where they're supposed to be. Yeah. Oops. Oh, yeah, I still have the camera recording. Whoops. Well, I'm just putting the screw in there, like, so I can actually keep track of where everything is supposed to go. So I can just Loctite the screws and instantly put them into the holes. Also, if you didn't notice, the last videos before the first part of the build series, the videos were kind of put out at random times. That's because, well, the internet at my mom's, is not good at all, and it took 7 hours to put up that 10-minute video of the introduction of this project. So that's why it went up at 8 o'clock in the afternoon. And that is this part put together. Which now I need to put this, well, together, just so I can have the front differential assembly. So that I can mount the top of this, I think. Also, if no one could tell, which I highly doubt anyone couldn't, I'm not doing this with the instructions, I'm just doing this based off of where things should go. Which isn't actually that difficult. Which, these screws are supposed to go in here, or not. Put a little tiny bit of Loctite in this for this very, very short screw. And I lost the screw. Just kidding, I found it. Also, I guess I wouldn't be kidding because I actually did drop it. Oops. Alright, that's that. Now I need to put the front differential, or put the front A-arms. Well, at least the top front A-arm holder thing, which means I'd actually need to take these. Alright. Put these. There, and that fits right there. So now, I should be able to actually, I think I have this mounted wrong. Well, this would make a little bit more sense. Well, also, not only did I mount the links on upside down, I also did them in the wrong hole. Where's my mini screwdriver? Well, I'm gonna pause this and take that apart. A lot of this stuff is being paused, but that's because yeah. Alright. Actually, 10 minutes already. Well, update. I switched around the screws from the ball-headed ones to the regular screws and flipped this around, so it actually makes sense going this way, like it should be. And apparently I also screwed up again, because that's supposed to be the ball head screws here instead of the flathead screws. Well, in the next video I'll fix that again.